the video starts now! Hi guys, it's Nick from Let's Chat, and today in this video I'm going to do my round 4 footy tips, and I'm also going to review my round 3 footy tips. And this is my second video of the day because I was meant to do my footy tips the day before, but I had other things going on, so I have to do it like pretty much now before all the games be played. So yeah, let's get underway. So first of all, I'm going to review how many tips I've got last week, starting from Western Bulldogs versus Brisbane. I tipped Brisbane to win, but the Western Bulldogs somehow upset the Lions there. So most people would have went for Brisbane, so yeah, I'll let that one slide. Bulldogs had a good win. I tipped Collingwood to win against Richmond. I got that one right. I tipped North Melbourne to beat Hawthorn, but somehow Hawthorn upset North Melbourne because they're meant to be the worst team of the competition, Hawthorn, but it was good for them to get a win against North Melbourne, so I got that one wrong. I tipped my Mighty Blues to win against GWS, and I got that one right. But only just though. We only won by 10 points. It was a really interesting game. Like, really, GWS should have won it, but we had a lot of behinds. We kicked 9 goals, 20 in the game. We should have won by more if we were kicking straight, but it was good to get an interstate win for Carlton. So, yeah. I tipped St Kilda to beat Essendon. I got that tip right. So they go 3-0 to start the season, St Kilda. Bit a real deal, I reckon. I tipped Port Adelaide to beat Adelaide in the showdown. Somehow Adelaide upset Port Adelaide in the showdown, so I got that one wrong. Tipped Geelong to beat Gold Coast. Somehow the Suns upset the reigning premiers. That was basically Gold Coast's best ever win in their short history, I reckon. You know, Geelong have gone 0-3 to start the season as reigning premier. I tipped Sydney to beat Melbourne. That was 50-50 that game, but Melbourne were too good on the day. They won by 50 points. It wasn't Sydney's best game, so I got that one wrong as well. And the last game was the Western Derby, Fremantle versus West Coast. I tipped Fremantle to win, and I got that one right. So, wasn't the best week for tipping again. The first week I got 5, the second week I got 5, then this week I only got 4. That's a total of 14 tips for the season, which is pretty much terrible. So now I'm going to do my tips for this week. So the first game of the week will be on the Easter Thursday, and it will be between Brisbane and Collingwood at the Gabba on the Thursday night. And I'm going to tip Collingwood in a close game by 8 points. Okay, the second game of the week will be on Good Friday. It will be North Melbourne versus Carlton. I'll be streaming this game probably. I streamed Carlton's win last week, so I'm probably going to stream again for another Carlton match, maybe. So watch out for that. North Melbourne, they had a disappointing loss against Hawthorn last week. And as for Carlton, they only just got up as of luck against GWS. So I'm going to tip the Blues to win by 58 points. I reckon they'll really play a 4-quarter effort and they'll get some percentage. So the next game is Adelaide versus Fremantle at the Adelaide Oval on a Saturday afternoon. Adelaide, they had a great win against their arch rivals, Port Adelaide in the showdown, and Fremantle, they also had a good win against West Coast in their rivals. So both of them are winning against their arch rivals. But this weekend, I reckon Fremantle were favourites in heading into the game, and I reckon they'll win by 25 points. The next game is between Richmond versus Western Bulldogs on Saturday afternoon at the MCG. Richmond came from a loss against Collingwood. They didn't lose by that much to be surprised, because Collingwood are a decent team this year. They're undefeated, Collingwood, but yeah, this is Richmond. They had a few injuries though, Richmond, like Dusty was out, Jacob Hopper was out, and Nathan Board was out due to a suspension. And with the Western Bulldogs, they had a great win against the Lions. Ugelhagen kicked 5 goals. The Bont was good in the midfield, and yeah. So, in this match, I'm going to tip the Tigers to win by 19 points. So the next game is between St Kilda and the Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium on the Saturday night. St Kilda have been undefeated so far with 3-0. They're the real deal at the moment. And with the Gold Coast Suns, they had a great win against the reigning premiers in Geelong. It's going to be a bit of a hard tip, but then again, St Kilda have shown that they're here to play this season. So I'm going to tip St Kilda to win by 46 points. So the next game is between Sydney and Port Adelaide at the SCG on the Saturday night. Both teams coming off disappointing losses, so both of them are out to make amends. But since it's at Sydney's home ground, I'm going to tip Sydney to win by 39 points. So the next game is between Essendon and GWS on the Sunday afternoon at Marvel Stadium. Essendon came off a 18-point loss against St Kilda, and GWS only just lost against Carlton in a bit of a strange ending. But I reckon Essendon are in better form than GWS, so I'm going to tip Essendon to win by 27 points. So the next game will be West Coast taking on the Melbourne Demons. West Coast had a disappointing loss against their arch rivals in the Dockers, and Melbourne, they had a really good win against Sydney last week. So this should be an easy tip. I'm going to tip Melbourne to win by 47 points. And the last game of the week on the Easter Monday, everyone likes seeing this match, is Geelong taking on the Hawks at the MCG. Geelong have had a really horrible loss against the Gold Coast Suns, making them going 0-3. And the Hawks, they had a really impressive win against North Melbourne in Tasmania on last weekend. But since it's going to be another really good close contest, I'm going to have to tip maybe Geelong to win by 3 points in a close one, because they'll be itching to get their season underway. Well, that's all guys for this video. Thank you for watching another video. Please like, comment and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy the double video today, just for something special. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, and go Blues!